There's a kind of pain that no one really sees, the kind you carry quietly, behind your smiles, behind your normal conversations, behind the "I'm fine" that you've repeated so many times it almost feels real. Maybe lately, everything has felt heavier than usual. Even the smallest things feel exhausting, and the days seem longer than they should be. You've been trying to hold everything together, trying not to fall apart, even when inside, it already feels like you have. And the hardest part? It's not just the pain, it's the confusion. Wondering why things had to turn out this way. Questioning yourself, your decisions, your worth. You replay moments in your mind, thinking maybe you could have done something differently, maybe things wouldn't hurt this much. But deep down, there's a quiet voice inside you, one that hasn't given up yet. Not every battle is loud. Some of the hardest ones happen in silence, where no one notices what you're going through. You show up, you smile, you keep things normal, but inside, it feels like you're fighting something constant. There are moments when you feel completely drained, like you've given too much of yourself. And still, you keep going. Not because it's easy, but because something inside you refuses to quit. Even if it's small, it's still there. Maybe this phase isn't here to break you, maybe it's here to show you how strong you really are. There comes a time when nothing makes sense anymore. Plans fall apart, people change, and the path ahead feels unclear. It's like being stuck in a fog where you can't see what's next. And that feeling, it's heavy. Because you're not just confused, you're also losing the version of life you imagined. But sometimes, things fall apart to make space for something better. Even if you can't see it right now, it doesn't mean you're lost. There comes a time when nothing makes sense anymore. Plans fall apart, people change, and the path ahead feels unclear. It's like being stuck in a fog where you can't see what's next. And that feeling, it's heavy. Because you're not just confused, you're also losing the version of life you imagined. But sometimes, things fall apart to make space for something better. Even if you can't see it right now, it doesn't mean you're lost. You might not notice it, but you're not the same person anymore. The things that once affected you deeply, don't hit the same way now. You're learning, growing, and slowly becoming stronger. Growth doesn't always feel good. Sometimes it feels like loss, confusion, and distance. But that doesn't mean it's wrong. It just means you're evolving. Sometimes, holding on hurts more than letting go. But letting go is scary, because it feels like you're losing something important. The truth is, not everything you lose is a loss. Some things leave your life to protect your peace. And maybe, what you're letting go of right now, was never meant to stay. Even if you can't see it yet, something is changing. The way you think, the way you feel, the way you see things, it's all shifting. You're becoming more aware, more calm, more real with yourself. And that's not small, that's transformation. This is the part where things slowly start making sense. Someone once thought their life was falling apart. Everything they planned failed, people left, and nothing worked out. But years later, they realized, if those things hadn't happened, they wouldn't be where they are now. The pain they hated the most, actually led them to their purpose. Sometimes, what feels like the end, is just a redirection. Right now, it might feel like nothing is working. But sometimes, things are falling into place in ways you can't see yet. You've come this far, and that means something. You didn't give up, even when it was hard. And maybe, this is the last phase before everything changes. You don't need to have everything figured out right now. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep going, one step at a time. Because the hardest part of your life, it's not here forever. So hold on, just a little longer. You're about to see why all of this had to happen.